Why am I back here? Hi, it's me, Scott. Why are we streaming again? I streamed for so long today, and it was so frustrating. I just someone play Satisfactory. So we're gonna, we're gonna do that. This is that today may take. I've had a lot of really unproductive streams in my time. Um, I've struggled with frameworks. I've made terrible mistakes. I've like really banged my head against things. And as you know, we know it's a given that while streaming, my like mental capacity is maybe 70%, I feel like. And so I think the likelihood of just a bang head against the wall situation is increased. But man, today, whoa, there's some serious head banging. Was it worth it? No. I'm gonna say no. What are we going to do today? I think the thing we're going to do today is try to build factories for those intense items, like the really intense items that we still have remaining. And then we were going to maybe work on nuclear power, but I kind of think it's going to take most of the time just to get through. Well, I mean, this is not a very good present, right? I mean, aren't we just... I feel like that's a disappointing present, frankly. What are we trying to get to? We could get 200 of these, 200 of these, one of these. Can I make one of those? Kyle, Kyle, I what happened today? What happened to me? What happened? How did this happen? How did I have such a... Okay, I did think of something. Here is the thing I did think of though. You were talking about the free, like a free mode or something. I don't think I want to put that in the hands of the users. I think that goes in the hands of the broadcasters. Sorry, you were talking about like having like a test mode, like a test drive mode free heat or something. That gets a little weird when one person has the keys to what's going on in the whole channel, but I think we just put that in the broadcaster's hands, and then the broadcaster can do whatever, you know. So this makes 5. It takes 2 to make 1. We're never gonna get 200 of these. You kidding me? This is outrageous. I'm gonna deal with this kind of these numbers. Yeah, but I don't even mean like, like is it an individual sticker free or whatever. I just mean it's like they just add 1 minute of free time. I don't mean just free or not, because obviously the broadcaster will choose if the channel's monetized or not. I just mean there'll be a button where they can throw a minute on the clock or something. That's all I meant. I do have one of these somehow. I don't really know why, but we have one. So what are we trying to get? 200 of these? Cheapers creepers. How are we going to do it? Anyway, I don't know. I'm so discouraged and annoyed by heat. I feel like it has been such a battle. I put so much work into heat for so little, I feel like. I think buried in there somewhere is a good idea, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just unable to do it. Maybe the Twitch API is just too hostile. Who knows? Anyway, we figured some stuff out, I guess. Some progress was made, one could argue, today. Okay, so we're going to try to make these the factories for those 2 doodads up top. We already have the factory for that turbo motor, of which we only need 1,000, and we're just well on our way to that. That's no problem. I don't know. That's just not my style. I just have no, I don't know. Again, I'm not a person who's motivated by that. My motivation... I just don't care if it's just to make money. Like it just is not a reasonable motivation to me. If I want to do a thing and that thing happens to make money, like we'll talk. But um, low on modular engines, eh? Is that because the modular engine factories are turned off? Sure are. Well, let's flip these on. So these make 2 per minute. So that's 4 modular engines per minute. Is that a reasonable number of modular engines? It's 5 per minute. Well, that is not a reasonable number of modular engines. One could argue. I don't really want to make another modular engine factory. I'm just trying to get 2 of these per minute, man. Okay, well, we have a factory for thermal propulsion rockets. It would appear that our throughput is not so hot. Our rubber situation, I don't know how our rubber situation got so dire. We got rubber in here? Yeah, where's all the rubber? Anyway, so we are only making 4 of these per minute. We kind of want 5, but we barely have the resources to make 4. So I'm not going to worry about optimizing when we have factories that don't even exist yet. So the 2 factories we want to try to make today are the thermal propulsion, no, that's factory we have. The assembly director system, which is eyeballs and supercomputers. And that is one that feels pretty manageable. We got an eyeball factory somewhere, we got a supercomputer factory. We just gotta get them together. Only issue is that supercomputer factory is way over there, and the eyeball factory is way over here. So, do we meet in the middle, or take one across the world? How are we doing on eyeballs? We're doing not bad on eyeballs. All things considered, we should unstand by this, so we're making eyeballs. So, let's see. Supercomputers, they take a bunch of crap that's way over there. I think we've got some production bottlenecks to deal with, certainly. But, all in all, it's a comfort to know that we're at least making the things required for those 2 things. So how do we want to do this? Either, funny thing is we're taking computers all the way across the freaking world. So one might argue, I mean, this is the thing I've complained about it before, but let's complain about it again, as long as we're complaining. The fact that like the normal conveyor stand and the conveyor stacker thing are different things kind of cramps my style. My style is cramped, such as it is, you know. Insofar as I have a style, that style, a little crampy. So, what do we want to do about it? What's the right solution? Like, we could do this and have computers going one way and supercomputers going the other way. That sort of sounds like a thing that's not unreasonable. Like a reasonable person might think that that's the thing to do. Because we've already got some stacks going. So if we could just stack the rest of the way, maybe that's the way to do this. If you know what I mean. So what that would mean, though, is that we want the supercomputers riding on the top and the computers riding on the bottom. So it would look a little something like this. Computers on the bottom. Fall down for no reason. Why not? Okay, so now, yep, just fall down. Now we got computers down there, and we're just going to get rid of the upper computers. And I'll leave this as well. And great. Okay, got computers back, and now they're on this shared track here. Everything looks terrific. Let's do this. Come on, buddy. Come on. Wait, that wasn't right. Okay, hang on. Can you do this? Yeah, you can have opposing directions, right? Right. I was thinking about the phrase, don't reinvent the wheel, recently. And I was thinking, like, sometimes you need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes it's critical to reinvent the wheel, in fact. It was like required, sort of, to progress in your endeavor to reinvent the wheel. Like, because sometimes the wheel isn't adequate for a specific application, you know? Sometimes you need a different kind of wheel. Sometimes the wheel, like the wheel is a pretty, zero? Wheel's pretty broad. Like, you know, if the only kind of wheel you have is like some kind of wooden wagon wheel, and you need to land an airplane, like you probably want to reinvent the wheel, I would say. Oh man, have we used our entire surplus of computers? And computers are so slow to make, and we need them to make supercomputers and make this other thing. That's not promising. So what I'm saying is, I have this new idea for a wheel. I don't actually, but you know. And sometimes, if you really want to understand the wheel, you know, like you want to invent a new. You want to just. You don't necessarily want to invent a new wheel. You just really want to understand how the wheel works. I think it can be helpful to sort of go all the way back to the foundations of wheelness and just try to reinvent the wheel just to see what happens. Okay. Okay, apparently I just said it right. So we're bringing supercomputers over here. And then we're gonna what? We need the stuff that's in this factory. So I guess I would say let's try to build a manufacturer here. Why is the floor too steep? What? you talking about? Manufacturer. Just make it right there. Right? Maybe more like here. Actually, I don't even see what you need to make that thing. That part. What are we making? We're making that, this thing? Make that in an assembler, not in a manufacturer, everybody. Word to the wise. It's an assembler. Just have a tiny little assembler here. So cute. I need some of these other things coming up the works. Okay, so what did we do? We got computers, but not really far enough. But this is a terrible spaghetti nightmare, but I think we're just gonna go with it. Alright, we're just trying to get up here. That's really bad. It's like right here. Very bad. Okay, we could have done better. I'll admit it. But just trying to make stuff happen. Maybe that wasn't actually the thing to do. The thing to do. As absurd as it may seem, maybe the thing to do is do this. Oh. As usual, this game won't let me do anything cool.
Picking up multiple fix-it personnel in the area. Proceed with harvest before it's too late.
Well, it's pretty broken, but it let me do it, so... Okay, so we have what? We have computer eyeballs. Something looks weird about those eyeballs. What is it? Oh, maybe I did mean to have that up in the air. Oh well. Okay, so this thing is going to make these things at a just absurdly slow rate. Like, painfully slow. Eesh. Well, let's overclock it to at least double that to make 1.5 per minute, and we need 4,000. Maybe we'll push that even a little further, but meanwhile, we got a plug around here. Okay. How many does it take to make a thing? That's 3 per minute. We've got a lot, which is pretty good news, but like 4,000. Yeesh. So this is going to get us at 1.5 per minute. Not good. I'll just call that not great. But it exists, you know? That's the thing. We did make it. So we do have that going for us. So let's get organized. I think I need to work on a project that I don't hate. I think I've just been really making myself cranky lately. Like, just working on frustrating things that do not go smoothly. I still am. I don't know. I still don't know what to think about that web token thing about the, not the web token, just the validating this, I don't know what to call it really, the cryptographic
Why?
hash from Twitch. Just how, am I just off base, or is it truly terrible? I think it's truly terrible. I think it's really bad. I think it's poorly done. It's poorly considered. Okay, we got a lot of supercomputers. Starting to make these things very slowly. So then the next thing to make is one of those other things. A magnetic field generator. And this one's a problem. So somewhere we have a factory making these, right? Maybe we don't. We might not have a versatile framework factory. So it would be using steel, but I sort of think we don't have a factory for that. Because I think we had a temporary factory for that, just dumping directly into okay, this is giving me an idea though. Yeah, we have this. We have this goofball factory over here. And it's not even like properly integrated into the manufacturing pipeline. Like it's just okay, but that's fine. So, and we know we can get steel. We're doing okay on steel production, I think. I think. So we need to make those versatile frameworks. That's a lot of steel. Seems like a shame to just waste that. Should have built a conveyor back to the main conveyor. Anyway, we know we can deal with that. Because we've been backed up on steel for a long time. I believe. Let's go empty our pockets a little bit, I think. Call me Dr. Worm. Good morning. How are you? I'm Dr. Worm. I'm interested in things. I'm not a real doctor, but I am a real worm. Okay, so versatile framework. What is the recipe? Batteries, which that's okay. We can do that. And these new things, this new thing that is an electromagnetic control rod. But I believe we like threw together a factory for that. Just a little quick and dirty. So it means we're gonna have to get steel over here in a way that we currently don't have, but I think that's okay. So these go all over the place. Somewhere we built a... Okay. That is useless aluminum. Somewhere we built a factory for... So these stators come up over here. Here it is. Right? This is our this is our control rod factory. Seems like we're not getting a lot of AI limiters. but there's a million AI limiters going there. So I don't really understand why. I guess because we're splitting before they go into storage, so we're building a big cache of these that are getting used here, but this is being underserved, so it's plastic. Just throw a little plastic in there. So we probably need more AI limiters, copper, sheet, and quick wire. This might be a bad place for this. We have to get some up here. We do have copper sheets here. I think that's why we did it. And we had quick wire not too far away, I guess. Oh, we had quick wire for this. So that's why we chose to do that. Okay. So we could build a couple more AI limiters in this neighborhood. And then the AI limiters, we also... So AI limiter... batteries and versatile frameworks, which, yeah. So AI limiters up here, if we could get that other, hey, gosh, just so much to build. Currently, we've got modular frames just all over the place, right? They're just modular frames out the wazoo. If I had to guess, I would imagine we're pretty stocked up on those in here. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. So those are coming from there. So we got a couple of options on like, I mean, they're slow. They're really slow to build, which is an unfortunate thing. So we could steal some. Like right as we do this, we could break off some modular frames. We could start a new modular frame factory. We use Ben's crazy recipe. Ben's original modular frame recipe. If we had just like a random iron pile on the way, that would be kind of cool. Like on the way from the southern reaches. I don't even know if that's south. This way that I think of as south. It's south-ish. So, for example, I have no iron in this direction at all. Really? Well, I definitely know that's not true because there's a bunch of iron ore. In fact, there's a bunch of bad iron ore over here. So maybe that's the thing to do. Is use some of our bad iron ore. I don't know why this didn't show up. They're up here. So there are actually at least two. So are we all gummed up here? Like we're just totally... Yeah, so I think something we could do if we wanted is build those versatile frames here. Because we have iron. So we could... I don't like this idea necessarily, but I'm going to just talk through it. We could build some stupid... Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Okay. We have iron here that's really close. We're not currently using it, but part of me doesn't want to use it because we might use it to augment our steel production, but it's impure. So I don't know. We can always Mark III our existing iron situation, and it's just there's steel right there. And then if we wanted to, we could build a drone to get it somewhere useful. The thing about, so this is not hard. The AI limiter is pretty annoying because that's actually not terrible, you know? Like, we do have we got tons of quickwire. Quickwire is currently not a problem. It could become a problem, but it's currently not a problem. Copper, we have any copper over here? I didn't mean to use my inhaler. So there is some copper not far. Okay, so I'm getting an idea. An idea is forming because we have quickwire there. We've got quickwire and we've got copper. So we really could start a set of factories that are really just for AI limiters and oh, it's the stators. I forgot about the stators. Well, they take steel pipe, and we have steel pipe over here also. So we could do this. I really don't necessarily think it's a great idea. But I think the thing to do is to cut down this forest. That'll help clear my head. Sometimes you gotta clear a forest to clear your head. Clear cut a forest, clear your head. That's what I always say. So I think we could do this. The thing we would be really lacking is batteries. But that is a solvable problem with drones. It's annoying because drones are kind of not very good. Or we build the things and we fly them in. That's probably actually the thing to do. Like rather than trying to get batteries out here, I don't know actually. No, that could work. It could round trip. We'd also run a train if we were nuts. So what I'm trying to decide is, do we try to do the whole works out here? If that statement makes any sense. Like, do we try to build the whole end-to-end production of that part out here, with the exception of batteries, because I don't think we have any sulfur anywhere. I mean, you need aluminum casing. It would not be a trivial thing to do. But I think we could get batteries out here. If we really tried. Actually, there is sulfur over here. I forgot. There is sulfur over here. There's no aluminum over here, right? So there's at least one thing we would have to have, right? Even if we got the sulfur, to get the sulfuric acid, we have to have the aluminum casing for the batteries. Right? Unless magically there's some bauxite over here, but I don't think that's just not true. There's no bauxite over here. Okay, so yeah, I kind of am tempted to do this. Like sort of just build this whole thing from scratch rather than trying to... Yeah, it's all up there. I did think we saw another bauxite somewhere, but I don't know what happened to it. I mean, maybe there's secretly bauxite under here or something. Maybe we should build radar. Build another radar tower, although I kind of feel like that radar tower did nothing for us, but... Right? Isn't this the radar tower? Okay. So I guess, I mean, I guess that means there's some possibility that there is bauxite just like really close, and I just don't know about it. Because I should build a radar tower over here. Somewhere. Or the map just ends. Anyway, but I don't know. Do we try to get like a whole, ramp up all new aluminum production over here? Is that a crazy like waterfall land? I mean, we could try to get on this weird thing and build a, we've never been up there. Try to build a radio tower there. Build one just over here. Maybe. I don't have stuff to build it at the moment. But could build radio tower over here. Actually, that looks like the place to build a radio tower. If you can even get over there. Okay, let's not get distracted. The issue is the aluminum casings if we try to build batteries over here, or we just try to get some... Okay, I mean, it is a bit of a concern, right? We need 4,000 of those. So we need 40,000 batteries. So, like... What do we do? Draclin. So we've got these, like, you know, end game things, end game for early access at least, things that we're trying to build. And I'm debating, so far I've just been like kind of cramming new production on all my current mines and things. So it's really getting to be a tangled mess over there. And so I was kind of thinking for at least one of these new things we're trying to build, try to bootstrap a whole new factory out here. And we have like some of the stuff we need. There's one resource in particular that we don't have, unfortunately, that is a little bit of an issue. Like, to get batteries out here would not be trivial. We do have sulfuric acid out here, which is good. Actually, speaking of that, do we have uranium out here? Draclin, I streamed for like 8 hours today, doing the worst job of my life, basically, on heat. It was painful. It was a painful existence. Okay, I don't think there's any uranium over here. Okay, so just to recap, the thing we want to try to build over here, where's that uranium? It's all way up there. Yeah. Over here is the following. We want to build a magnetic field generator. This thing, steel we have over here, those modular frames, I mean, probably we should just add one of these to the to-do list. It really cramps my style that I can't I can clear the list, I guess. Not cool. Okay, anyway. So we're trying to build, not that. I just want to see all the stuff we need. So magnetic field generator. Yeah, this seems really dumb that this gets hidden. You can't edit it from back here. And then we need all the stuff to make one of these. Which is modular frames and steel beams. And modular frames need this stuff. So like this is all stuff we can make out of iron, and we have some iron over here. So we could make some modular frames, we could make some steel beams. I mean, yeah, we can make some modular frames, we can make steel beams. And that's all we need to make this thing, which is one component of the thing we're trying to make, right? This, then we need to make this, and this requires AI limiters, which we've got this stuff over here. We do have some copper. And what was the other thing we needed? I forgot. Stators. Which, again, we do have copper over here. God, the screws. The screws! Screws are always... And we have steel pipe over here. So that's most of what we need over here, except we need batteries. And batteries, that's a tricky one. Like, I'm kind of tempted to say we don't even think about it. Like, we don't even think about trying to make batteries over here, and we try to fly them in via drone. Because batteries just take too much. You need the sulfuric acid. You need the alumina solution. You have to have bauxite. Like, if you don't have nearby aluminum, it's a no-go. You just have to fly your batteries in. And it's 20 per minute, and we need so many. We need so many batteries. That's really not enough. Because we need... That's like the batteries for all of our drones. You can make 20 a minute. This thing needs 10 batteries. 10 batteries per minute? Is that what I'm seeing here? Well, it's 1 per minute, and you can make 2. So is it 10 batteries per 2 minutes? I'm a little confused. So it feels like it feels like you have to ramp up battery production, which we could do. We need so many of these. The number of these we need is crushing, actually. It's a little heartbreaking. But we can make all that other stuff. We can at least start on all that other stuff. And I guess so the thing there's just a possibility of, and I just don't know, is there's a possibility there is bauxite like somewhere in this part of the map, and we just don't know it because we haven't looked. Because I haven't been that far. It's hard to tell, actually. It kind of seems I'm at the edge of the world here, right? Like, don't you kind of assume that this is the edge of the world? But there's this zone that I haven't really explored. But it looks like there's an amount of map over here that I have not explored. So it's possible there is... I mean, we could just build more batteries up in the hills. We do have sulfur over here. I don't know. I really wish there was bauxite over here. Like, actually, the ideal thing would kind of be if there was bauxite over here. Okay, I'm going to do like a little reconnaissance mission and go check out that sulfur mine. And just like give ourselves the option, I guess, of... I think the sulfur's over here somewhere. I don't think it's far. Right? Yeah, it's not far at all. Apparently we already have power over here, but oh well. Draclin, do I care enough about monetizing heat to deal with how annoying it is to monetize heat? It's so annoying. Will I actually make any money? Probably not. Whoa, more iron over here. Okay. That's pretty good news. Hmm. Okay, great news. Okay, where is the sulfur? It's gotta be really close, right? Wait, am I already mining that sulfur? Did I create a mine for this sulfur and then 100% forget about it? Kind of looks that way. Oh. Oh! Okay. I know where we are now. Yeah, I forgot. This is so we do have sulfur over here. We're using it as kind of a gunpowder factory. Did honestly kind of forget about that. Surely we already got this, right? I wouldn't have just left this. What kind of rookie mistake would that be? Monetizing? Well, so I had to work on it because it was going to be unmonetized. I mean, it was going to be, wow, we never got this. So, you know, I had ported it to use Cloudflare Workers when Cloudflare Workers were in beta and were not, they didn't have like a billing plan. So they announced the billing plan recently, and the billing plan was very bad for me. It was like my bill for heat would have been like $100 a month. So the reason I worked on it over the last week was to try to quickly port it to not whoa, wait. That was really close. Wait. What? I thought I heard close aluminum, but apparently not. Yeah, sorry. So the reason I worked on it was not to get paid, but it was doing work to not have to pay, which is like sort of the worst feeling. Like doing work so I don't have to pay somebody else is not my idea of work that I want to do. But in the process of it, you know, it kind of became apparent that with the new Cloudflare setup, certain parts of monetizing would be a little easier. Not all parts of monetizing, but certain parts of monetizing would potentially be a little more straightforward. And so I started looking at it more seriously than I had in the past. Also, I kind of forgot how terrible the Twitch APIs were and how bad every aspect of every piece of it is. But that aside, I did get like the foundational work done today, I guess, to... The idea would be, this is Kyle's idea. Kyle gets the credit here. But the idea would be to not charge individual people for clicks or for time, but to let individual people unlock heat for the whole channel. Which I'm into. I think that's probably the way to do it, and I'm not just saying that because it's easier. I'm partially saying that because it's easier, but I'm not only saying that because it's easier.
Relaying message. Hello, this is paternal figure. I have taken ill and need your help to find a cure. Doctors say that the only remedy is alien artifacts.
So yeah, I mean, I guess the short summary is that I have a vision now of how one might monetize heat were one inclined to do so. I have like most of the glue, not all of it, but most of the glue as far as the Twitch API, I guess, the part that I have the least faith in place. The part that we would still need to write on the Cloudflare side, I'm not that worried about because Cloudflare is not as terrible as Twitch, generally speaking. What's that? Just water and a lot of mushrooms. So the place we haven't really explored, which is I guess kind of the function or of our little expedition here, is to just try to see if miraculously there's some bauxite over here. Oh, there's some SAM, right? Isn't that the alien stuff? Yeah, so I mean there's things about it that are pretty annoying. I mean there's a lot of things about it that are annoying, especially just like how just astoundingly poor Twitch's setup is for being able to reasonably test bits while developing. It's just it's impressive, really, you might say. Is that oil? Or are those just weird shadows? I guess they're just weird shadows. Okay, so we do have an oil field out here somewhere. I don't have a ton of faith that there's bauxite out here, but it would be pretty cool if there was. I mean, aluminum production is pretty annoying. So getting aluminum production set up just to make batteries on this side of the world is, you know, we can do it. But we do have some fracking opportunities here. So is this what you're supposed to do, like with the radar? You're supposed to like come way out here somewhere and then put the radar on something high. I wonder if you can frack out of that. That nitrogen? So I don't know. Like, I feel a little bit of desperation to make it happen, only because it's so annoying that I feel like if I move away from it for a while, I will just like not touch it for a year. You know, like I feel like every time I've gotten heat kind of working, um, well enough, I've kind of just stopped working on it because I don't really enjoy it. That's copper. Okay. I kind of think our little expedition was not super fruitful. The plants are cool though, or whatever they are. Appear to have a embarrassment of. Oh, there's a purple. Look at that. And a purple worm up here. Who would have imagined? Come on, let me have the purple worm. Just give me the purple worm. Okay. I don't remember the purple worm. They call me Dr. Worm. Good morning, how are you? I'm Dr. Worm. I'm interested in things. I'm not a real doctor, but I am a real worm. I am an actual worm. Okay, this doesn't look good. It's a cool waterfall. Do you ever think about the song Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls and how insane it is that it's really just a Paul McCartney song with different words? It's not a cover, it's just a different song with different words. There's a lot of coal over here. It's a better song. Like the original Paul McCartney song is, I won't say terrible. Some might say terrible. Don't go jumping waterfalls. Please stick to the lake. Okay, I feel like we've gone too far for it to be a good... We did find some... Okay, well, we did find some more bauxite over here. For whatever that's worth, we did find some more undiscovered bauxite, but it's really far from where we need to be. So I think we keep battery production up here, and we just, like... I think we still try to get the whole factory. We still try to keep the whole factory in the new location that we were considering, in that southern area. A lot of coal. I guess it is possible that there's bauxite like buried under something. I haven't seen that much, but I have seen it. Sometimes they make mistakes, and I need love. Yes, I need love. Like a minute needs an hour, like a something something flower, and I need love. It's a weird song. Don't go chasing motor cars. Please stick to the lane. I don't exactly remember the words, but you know, something like that. Because a great big shiny motor car is going to come take you away? Something like that? Paul McCartney is not trusting his partner in that song. Afraid that they're going to be swooped up by a motor car. And I need love. And I need love. Okay. If there was bauxite close enough, we're gonna need more batteries. Like it's gonna be a problem for sure. We're gonna have to go ramp up battery production in the hills. I think we can come up, like we've got the airport strategy. We've got some kind of airport strats. It's just kind of hard to imagine that we'll get enough batteries. We got one blender, so we're getting 20 batteries a minute. This takes 10 a minute, or maybe 10 every 2 minutes. We have 4,000 to make. It's just doesn't look good. But it's either that or we gotta fly the other parts out. You know, so it's one way or the other. Either we have to get the batteries. Really wish there was bauxite over here. So we could build another train. Should we build another train? This would be horrible. Like, we'd basically have to build a train. Let's just consider this. Where was that bauxite? It was up here somewhere. We'd have to build a train over, like, just really abysmal. Actually, wait. We have a train here. How come we never see... Wasn't the bauxite in here somewhere? How come I've never seen that while I'm in the valley? Was it this bauxite? I mean, we got a train right here. I don't think that's high enough throughput, really. Okay, but remember this. Oh, no, he lost it. It was like up here, right? I wish that stuff would stay on the map longer. I wish like, once you had a radar, that it would leave stuff somewhere useful. This sulfur, kind of useless. Okay, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. If there's sulfur here, and there's bauxite here, we can make that happen. Okay, okay. I don't know what to do. I think we should start the factory before exploring, probably, so that even if it's making barely any, it's at least making some. So, what do we need to do that? It takes so much stuff to make. Okay, that's sulfur. Well, you know, now that I say that, we probably need that sulfur for uranium production. That iron is handy though. And this, so that's the copper that we like. Or is there other copper as well? Okay, there's two coppers. There's copper there and a copper there. So yeah, I think we have what we need mostly to build a pretty significant factory over here that will do most of what we need to accomplish. We just have to we got to figure out the battery situation. Really is the deal. So I feel like I have to work backwards from this again. Is this the time we're gonna try to actually make a proper factory? Like really build a multi-floor factory and make Ben proud? I know we've been through this a dozen times. We've been streaming for an hour and haven't done anything. But what are we actually trying to do here? We want to build modular frames. Which just suck. Which are just such a hassle. It takes so many steps. It takes so many steps to build them. It's the worst. Like the plate. But you build them much faster this way. So I think we got to do it. So then we got to build this. And then it's a question of how do we want it? Do we build it with screws or do we build it with wire? I think the alternate recipe seems better. It lets us skip a couple steps and we can make that wire. We have a recipe for wire that uses iron. But it makes less for some reason. We've got copper though, so. But I think we want to use this. Get our iron plate, and copper wire. So how do we want to actually do this? Do we want to kind of work backwards from... I've never tried really to do this, like build an entire, you know, like build an entire manufacturing system, strategy, whatever you want to call it, from ground up, top down. For some reason, it's just harder for me to conceive of this as a vertical thing, like as a factory. It's much easier for me to conceive of it as a I mean, like, what's the strategy for that? Do you build it floor by floor? Like, I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure if we look at this, there's sites that do this, right? Like some kind of factory planner. Isn't there some kind of thing with this? So if you want to make one of those things that I am incapable of remembering the name of, magnetic field generator. What are we looking at here? I don't even know. I don't understand what we're. This is this how to make a modular frame? Oh my gosh. Really? What a hassle. How do you clear this? How do you... I don't think I want that tool. I mean, I just want a hint. I just want to like get a sense of what the scale is to make one magnetic field generator. Oh boy. Okay. This is how you make one of these. Part of this is to make the versatile framework. So this is, if we want to make 10 of these a minute, 10 manufacturers to do that. You need 5 assemblers to make versatile framework. You need 6.25 assemblers making modular frames. Like, look at all this. Oh boy. Is this the... This is the iron rod in range. So this could change. The AI limiter. Air limiter is pretty easy. That one is not too bad. The stator is not too bad. The stupid frames are just such a pain. The modular frames. That'll goes into the versatile framework. So 25 a minute. Yeah, for some reason this is way easier for me to visualize flat. That's 2 at 100% and 1 at 50%. To get 10 a minute. I don't know. I just don't have a sense of where to even start kind of for the vertical kinds of factories. I find it daunting. The AI limiter, or the whole control rod is just stator, and that's wire. This isn't too bad. It's mostly copper, some steel, some quick wire, but it's not crazy. Like this thing's pretty self-contained. It's mostly copper. The battery is kind of a nightmare. I'm gonna look at that yet. Like, yeah, the batteries are just real hassle. Look at how much iron that takes. I do have some alternate recipes for some of these things, but man. Okay, the thing I'm dreading is the modular frames, so maybe we should just get it over with. Which takes 75 iron rod per minute and basically 20 reinforced iron plate a minute. But we can do this all, if we want, we can do this all with iron, but I think we want to do some copper. 300 iron a minute to do this. Okay. Let's So that's just a ton of constructors. A few assemblers. Even more constructors, really. If maybe we gotta consider this. So it's just so many constructors. So that'd be 10 smelters. But I wish you could put in alternate recipes here. Like, can you? How much water this takes. Okay, can you pick the recipes? Because we do have this. for example. It would have like refresh it after. I mean, this is still doing the reinforced iron plate. So what do we have? We have this bolted frame. Like if we took out the modular frame and added the bolted frame, is that better? I don't know. It's just so annoying. Because we can't skip this. If we had wire here instead, we can use wire instead of having to go iron rod 2 screws. We still have to make wire. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what this is doing in terms of. Like if I turn off reinforced iron plate, what would it do? So this is stitched iron plate. That's modular frame, but we could do bolted frame instead. You know? Like, do we do that? I mean, that certainly seems to simplify this a little bit. I have a recipe for iron wire also. Or whatever that's worth. So I feel like this makes this more complicated. But maybe not. So steel pipe and a stator. And a stator is just steel pipe and iron wire. So that seems pretty easy. And then the frames, 25 per minute. And then this is the bolted frames, which take stitch plates, which take screws. So it's like rods go into screws, plates go into stitch plates with some iron wire, which could also go the other way. I don't know. I don't know if it's any better. You need a lot fewer of these, for whatever that's worth. We still need a lot of other stuff, but... I don't know. this seems to recommend using the stitched iron plate, like the iron wire and the stitched iron plate keeps all of this in sort of iron land, which I can get behind. I don't even know really. I wish I had a better sense of what all my alternate recipes are. I don't know if there's an easy way for me to see that. Like I do have, what? What is that? What's that called? We have an alternate recipe here. Like this could be not bad. Like an iron alloy ingot, for example. Okay. Where's the name for this? Why doesn't it show the name here? That is an iron alloy ingot, so we do have that. So I'm curious if we go through here what the efficiency is with stuff like iron alloy ingot and pure copper. Like maybe those things are. So we do have, and this was, it's dumb it doesn't show the name here. So we have iron wire. What is this cable? Coated cable. We have stitched iron plate. I think we did. Yeah. Biomass, not relevant, not relevant. We have bolted modular frame. We did that one, right? Bolted frame. That's not really relevant. We do have pure. I don't know why would you do this? Oh, you get a 2-to-1 ratio instead of 3-to-1. So that's not bad. Puricatorium might not be a bad idea. Okay, that's most of our. We have whatever this is. We have a rigger motor. We have heavier, what? Something frame? Heavy encased frame? I forgot about this. We end up with that anyway, so that's not that big of a deal. Computer. We're skipping things that aren't really relevant to what we're working on at the moment. Okay. We're out of the field of relevant things. So, just curious, what happens if we add a lot of those crazy things? So, for example, the modular frame ends up pretty simple. I mean, the stitched iron plate, it actually still, it does have coming from copper because it's talking about making pure copper, which is maybe not a bad idea. I mean, pretty much all the copper goes into pure copper, and then goes to either copper sheet or copper wire, and it's only 89 per minute. There's really no reason for the pure copper there. Like, we need 100 in a minute. We need like 220 minutes. As long as we could get 240 copper ingots. I mean, but if we have the water, well, we may not have the water, actually. This water may not be really sufficient. Weren't there two? Okay, so there's 2, 3 copper mines, but water, not as much water as I hoped. Yeah, I don't know. Unless we could find fracking water. I think we just try to where's that? Not close. We're using that one. I don't remember that. Okay, so let's not use the copper, the pure copper, just because we can't effectively use it at the moment. Really, either of those pure. Okay, can't really effectively use either of those. So if that's the case, it actually just says to use iron wire instead. And that means this is pretty much, with the exception of steel, that means the modular frame, we're totally iron, right? Because we're going to use iron wire all the way through here. We're going to use this for, so this is easier for me to wrap my head around, at least, if we just try to make all this stuff out of iron. And it's not an outrageous amount of iron. I mean, it's kind of a lot, but it's not an outrageous amount. So we make rod, we make plate, we make wire. Yeah. I can kind of wrap my head around this, I think. Still easier for me to, I don't know. Maybe, Factorio just has my mind fully 2D, kind of. Okay, so we have 2 impure up here, but it may not be worthwhile to mess with those. Like, it may be a waste, because I'm pretty sure those are both impure. And if we have even normal, whatever's up the hill, basically, it may be worth it. A creature. Can't fly. Sorry. Not that sorry, but kind of sorry. Okay, are these either pure or normal? They're normal, that's good enough. So what did we need? We needed, just in this land, basically 300 Just so we could have about 300-ish out. This one's pure. That's good news. Okay. So oh, come on. You know, one of these. Well, this. Okay, so at least make a Mark II here. Normal extraction rate. Does that mean this is going to be 240? Wish I could fly. What did I say we need? 300-ish? Why is this only 120? If it's on pure. Other than... Wait, that is normal. Oh. What? We could do this and have a 240 that makes more mines. Yes, so miners. What? Good grief. It's annoying because it actually, if it really upgraded it, there's already miners in there, so whatever. So one Mark II and one Mark III would be sufficient for our needs. Let's not do them like that though. How much aluminum do I have? I mean, we only have 300, so if we can just use Mark IV, get a lot more aluminum though. Just build a little smelter situation, like 5 and 5. We really need that for smelters, but okay, smelters, smelter. So let's build our splitters first, actually, just so we know we're lined up where we want to be, because that isn't. Actually, we don't want to do that because smelters can be closer together. Did all those backwards. Good job. Great. Oh, weird. Oh, that normally required a click. Okay. You're powered. You're unhappy for some reason. You're not powered. You are all iron. Okay. We're gonna have elevation problems. Possibly. Okay. So that was all our iron, and then from there we want to build wire. We built so much wire. So much plate. So much wire, so much plate, so much rod. But all of that stuff, with the exception of some of the wire going to the stator, $125. Need 62 iron plate a minute. And 125 iron wire per minute. So 10-ish constructors per wire. 4-ish. 5-ish here. So really, we could have a crazy long gauntlet. Funny, it still goes for the modular frames, though. Doesn't do the, Should we try the crazy gauntlet? Sort of want to try the crazy gauntlet. We've got a pretty long... runway. I'm gonna try to build where I want you to build, or not into it? Okay. I'm really curious about. Yeah, it seems like we kind of get out there. We built 5 constructors here. 10, really? To hit this? Well, just a tiny bit more, but like, eh. Could overclock one a little bit. Or overclock a couple a little. Or we just overshoot it. I mean, I feel like some of that stuff is such a minor thing, but I guess if we leave room to overshoot it just a touch, we can if we want to. But for now, I'm not gonna worry about perfectly matching the internet recipe. Oh boy. Floor's too steep. What are you talking about? Same jam. Do this. It's kind of meaningless. So we got to build this. I guess we want to build a merger here. It's going to go up there. It's probably going to be yell at me. No, it actually let me do it. What a shock. No, I certainly want to upgrade these, but splitter here. Splitter here. And a bunch of mergers. Not actually go where I wanted it to. A shot. Okay. Nope. Let's go for the crazy fast because I have it. Oops. What are we making here? Wire, right? Wire. A lot of freaking wire. I got to take a break from heat because it's just making me so cranky. But then am I just not going to work on it anymore then? I don't know what to do. This does not look good. What's wrong? Oh. Okay, well, one thing, we're out of parts, and that's not ideal. Especially since the thing we're out of is the thing we need to build. And maybe we can cheat this. Let's try this. Okay, what's our situation with splitters? Mergers. We need... Not good. Really no need for this. Take care of this. We still have so much of this, so... kind of close. Wait. Okay, yeah. I got a little confused. I just want one more merger. Come on. We should have made the pipe factories next. How many pipe factories do we need? Iron rod. 5 constructors, so... What are we doing here? That's a splitter, and that's a merger. So if we split here... We could make the iron rod... I didn't plan this well. Maybe we'll be okay. It doesn't really look like it. Looks... it's possible. Not that we think we care about that limestone. What do we need? 5 iron rod. Maybe we just straight up do 5. I don't think we need to double side it since we already have 5 here. Just kind of a question whether we want to stack on top of these mergers. I don't really see a reason to. So... Oh, we should have really made the... should have made the stuff we're very low on first, apparently. Apparently... Oops. Silly to do this when I could just go get more stuff, but, you know, more stuff is elsewhere. Smart move is just get set up enough just to, like, get one rod factory going and one iron factory going. Okay, let me think about this for a second. How do we want to do this? I think we want it to end up here. Do we want to go one further? No, I think this is okay. Can I make a splitter? Okay. Please make some rods. Thanks. I power these. I can't power them because I don't have any rods to power them. Oh no. Okay. Really? There's nowhere to plug these in? Anybody get a plug? That's a bad place to plug them in. Desperate times? Give me that. Give me that. Okay. What do we need? Five making rods, 3-ish making plates. Can't even make a freaking splitter. Taking this one. Refusing to make a factory. I mean, make a crafting station just for this. Plate, rod, wire. Right. Sounds good. So. Button. Wait. Okay. Well, 5 things making rod, 4-ish making plate. Rod. Thing is, over here, no freaking screws. Screws are the worst. Take so many. Just don't want to deal with it. So, this no screw strategy, I'm all for it. I'm all for this screwless situation. Okay, so this, we're doing great over here. Plant life aside. Okay. See, I mean, I could have built this vertically, but we've got this nice Factorio-esque two-dimensional factory, and somehow that just works better for my brain. We want these nuts. Okay. So, we got this whole rigmarole. Seems to be treating us okay. We need to make the wire and plate are going to make 3. Let's just make 3 of these. Maybe I should be rounding up on these. I don't know. Anyway, we'll go straight into, let's just set up for 4 assemblers, followed by something like 6 assemblers at the end of this. And let's just, for kicks, elevate it once again. I guess we don't really need to, though. Out of iron plate again. Okay, so we've got wire here and here. So let's merge that real fast. And just so we have the option in the future, let's merge it up here. No, split. Split it up here. And let's merge it here. If we really want to, we can add another assembler or 2 or 10 or whatever. So now we want to make stitched iron plate and then modular frame. So really, maybe I should not have just done the thing that I just did, but I think it's okay. We need to make this before this, so I guess it's actually better that it comes from the outside. Because these could all be assemblers that get their stuff from the back sides. And if there's any extra wire, it doesn't matter. It'll come out in the other end. Like, these are going to take wire. No, but they need plate, and the plate will only be... So, this is going to get a little wonky, I think, because really we want the assemblers to be like... I mean, I guess it's not that difficult to get the iron up here. Iron and wire for some assemblers, and then those are going to produce No, I don't like this actually. I think I have a slightly better mental. Because they're just going to want the iron rod, but they're going to want the stitched iron plate. So it's kind of a weird one because the iron rod's over here. So I want the stitched iron plate. It really doesn't matter that much. That's a merger. Could be a splitter. I mean, that'd be kind of a funny thing to do, is just stack the plate up there as well. And you just pull off whatever you need. That'd be a fun thing to do in Factorio. I feel like that doesn't work here just because this is so picky about how high up things are when you split them off. But maybe if the assemblers start there, then it won't matter. I mean, let me just do the thing I'm thinking of. Oh no, now I'm out of cable. Oh, we have to build a... Should go to bed. Okay. What are we doing? We're talking about making a splitter here. And a merger here. This doesn't seem super happy about what I've done, but... What's that said about? So basically we could just have a line of splitters that go down here. I don't really know if this is going to work pretty well. I kind of think it's not, because they're just pretty picky. But we'll see what happens. We're gonna run out of concrete pretty soon. Really should. We're gonna run out of concrete very soon. Like now. There's a concrete factory not too far. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, I feel like now we have to start them way over there. Some things are gonna fit. Just the footprint it'll take, I think, to get off the top rope here to hit the assemblers, I think is a problem. I'll show you what I mean. So to be able to have this come down and actually get in at the angle that we need it, that was backwards, of course. Did it again. Like, say we just drop a splitter right in the middle of this. We need to stack 3 splitters. Is that weird? I don't know. I mean, we could do the triple belt wall thing. I don't think we actually bought that. Should we go and restock stuff and unlock that? Kind of want to. Unless we're sort of getting away from where I had intended to build this, but oh well. Get to the modular frames in this valley, that would be pretty good. We're fairly close. We're doing these iron plates. You know what? We can do it tighter than this. I think. Maybe we can't. The little conveyor belt wall. I don't know that it really solves our problem because we still need a million splitters all over the place. And if we just tried to build this here, it wouldn't work. I don't think. We'll try it, but I don't think it'll work. I get this is dead center, and this comes in centered on this guy, which is weirdly positioned, but we'll ignore that. Is it actually centered? And then try to get from the top down to one of the two. We can't. If we build it in line with one of them, we actually can hit it there. Uh-oh, that's the wrong thing. Shoot. Wrong thing. It's supposed to be from here. Dang it. I don't remember what we're trying to build now. We're actually trying to build stitched iron plate. But we have a ton of... We did the same thing over here. Good grief. Easier to just destroy all these. Probably want power over here somewhere. What are they inside the... Probably. Gonna still be more. The number of these that fit inside of a splitter is pretty weird. A lot. That was the wrong one. Shoot! I should just recreate the splitter. Okay, that was the wrong one, but we had to purge it anyway. I'm sure there's a better way to, like, clean it out. Okay. This is actually the wrong one, so let's just try this again. Okay, we actually have the proper thing this time. Just turn plate and plug you in somewhere here. Okay, I'll keep that one. More splitters. Switch plate, switch plate. We don't really need 4 of these, I just like the symmetry. Can't help it. Look at this nice symmetrical factory. Except for the part that isn't symmetrical. But other than that part, okay, we really are kind of in a concrete crisis. Really tempted to just steal a bunch of concrete that isn't really necessary, like this. Oops. Okay, and then we want to build what? So that was 4 assemblers. And then if we build 6 assemblers, we get the thing, right? Like we get the 6 modular frames, we use iron rods. So 3 and 3, same setup. Basically the same setup, at least. We can't afford it. We can't afford anything. I should just go get some concrete. How do I want to do... What's the least annoying way to do this? There's a purple friend up there. That was absolutely the wrong button. Just so the wrong button. That should not even be... Shoot. Did I screw something up? Oh. So I think that way? I'm out of cable again. Maybe we just gotta go stock up on stuff. Kind of far. Right? Like clear half of my... There it is. Okay, never mind. That concrete? What is that? Where am I? This is screws and... Where the heck am I? That is not where I thought I was at all. We're back at the eyeball factory. I didn't know I was... Okay, well... Is that the eyeball factory? Right? How are we doing here? Only need 4,000. We got, you know, almost 200. So, well on our way. This is the concrete factory I was thinking of. Okay, I was not really where I thought I was, I guess. Do you have a hard drive I didn't read? Dude, go do that. I need 25 iron ornaments. I need to go over there. Gotta be something cool over there, right? I don't really know why I haven't gone this direction yet. I need more red and blue ornaments, apparently. Okay. What else we need? We need some wire. I mean cable, not wire. Cable. This looks like not cable. We have a lot of stators over here. Kind of feels weird to be building another stator factory, but... Where's all the wire? It's over there. We had another wire, I mean cable place. If we could just kind of get the modular frame, versatile framework thing going, then that'll be, I guess, not a bad job for the night. I guess. So I don't know what we're doing about batteries, but hey. Okay, where's our new factories? It's way over. It's under that giant arch. We gotta get on top of this thing. We should build a radar on top of this thing. Or we should go in that direction we've never gone. Is that a cave down there, or is that just a black hole in which we would fall through the map and die? Sounds like the latter. Seems like the latter. Okie dokie. So, this is happening. So now we need... what? Need to collect all this stuff. Steal some pipe. Wait. Uh-oh. I didn't hook that one up. We really need to use mergers here. Just, again, into the symmetry. That didn't line up at all. Okay, so now we should have a bunch of plate, and if we wanted to, we could bring all this pipe over to here. And then add a merger for kicks. That's going to go in that direction. And add a merger here for no reason. And a merger here for no real reason other than it'll look cool. That was bad. That was bad. Don't do that. Okay. Add it here. Okay. So now we have pipe downstairs, plate upstairs. And that is how we're gonna make 6 of these assemblers. And easy peasy. Iron plate again. These are going to be the modular frame assemblers. Shoot. We're going to run out of rotors. Well, lame. Should have stocked up on stuff. Did how many we need? I didn't pay close enough attention. We also built those backwards, so cool. Okay. So I don't think that's gonna work. I think we built them too close. I think they have to be set in those back corners instead. Because it's pretty finicky. In other words, in that corner, I think they have to go. Maybe that way. Okay, now we need splitters galore. Splitter. 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 I don't know why it rotates things in weird, arbitrary ways. Splitter. Splitter. Ma'am. There's too much streaming today. Just like pretty gross outside, so what am I gonna do? Go outside where it's gross? No. So we're gonna stream for 12 hours today, apparently. Apparently that's the thing we're gonna do. Okay, and what are we making here? Good old-fashioned frames. Probably should bring some power over there. How much of all of our new power plants are we using? Are we about to crash the grid? Probably. Okay. It's not a bad looking little factory. So this is our modular frame factory. It is not 100% efficient. I mean, we could have gotten it there. I'm kind of debating on whether or not we should build one more iron wire constructor. Or should we just build two more? Because who cares? And just like overkill slightly. Because then if nothing else, we could overclock the thing at the end. Maybe that's the thing to do. Let's just overbuild very slightly. It's easy enough since we have everything laid out to just plug these in. No muss, no fuss. So no power. Anybody? We got another? Not a weird way to do that, but okay. What are these making? Wire? We only built 3 of those. Really, let's just build 1 more. Why not? Put this, merge this. Put that up there. What are you making? You making plate? Make some plate. Okay, so iron plate, we rounded up to 4. Iron wire, we rounded up to 12. Iron rod was just 5. This we rounded up to 4. So we round this up to 8. I really need that little plate? Is it 5.265 per minute? So it only takes how much? Only 3 per minute, so I guess so. 6. The math still kind of seems like it doesn't work out right, but and let's just build 2 more of these. Can't afford. Oh yeah, I need 8 more rotors if we're gonna do this. Oh no, we're out of freaking screws. These rotors. How many more do I need? I need so many more. So slouchy. Been streaming all day. What's up? Okay. So let's just do this, and then can we go down there? Is there treasure down there? Something cool down there? Or certain death? Really looks like a certain death kind of situation, but could be something cool. I forgot what we're making. Oh, a little more power over here. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that we have not flown the grid yet. We added a lot of electricity yesterday. What consumption? We're creeping up on it. What's your problem? I didn't plug you in. Problem. Okay. So, more mergers. That doesn't seem right. I don't know why that happens sometimes. Merger. 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 Not right. Oops. Well, a nice way to do this would be like this, right? Just wants to hook that way. Doesn't want to let me make the nice right angle. Okay. How are we doing? We got a bunch of those things. So now that is supposed to go into 5 assemblers dedicated to versatile frameworks. So somewhere, we can't be too far. Where's our steel beams? We had that like secondary little satellite steel beam factory. Where is that? I kind of want to go down there. Ah, there's something down there. Look at that. What is that? I'm going down there. Down there. I need a lot of poison. There's a worm. Whoa, what happened? Uh-oh. We didn't plug that in? Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. Are you serious? Are we like, we're actually screwed here now? How did I manage to not hook this to anything? Really? Lame. I don't, are you serious? What a debacle. Can I get to where I can see a power line? What a dumb thing to happen. I wanted to go down there and check out the cool thing. I think it's Sam ore. I guess I don't really care. Well, okay, what went wrong? Was overcome by greed. So that other little factory is a lot further away than I actually thought it was. Actually, a lot further away than I thought it was. So we have a couple of options. We can just bring that line of we're supposed to use some of that wire for something else. We need, yeah. Somebody steel. Think about this. Is there more coal around? Because we could just make our own steel if there was more coal. I think there was not coal super nearby. I mean, there is some over there that we're kind of using that coal. There's coal up on that there mountain right there actually, but the coal is busy. Let's say. Is there any other coal? No. Yes. We're using that coal also. We're definitely using a lot of that coal. I don't think we're really using what is that? I don't even know about that coal. That coal is pretty close to what we're trying to do here. But we're trying to power the entire world with it, so maybe shouldn't mess with that coal. Iron rods. Let's get some iron rods. What we're thinking about. Uh-oh. Are we too optimized? I didn't exercise today. All I did today was stream and not really accomplish what I meant to accomplish. Except for here in this game, where we've done great. So, here's the thing. Do we really want to try to, like, that's a lot of iron for the steel we would need. Trapped in my headphones. It's a lot of coal, too. Just for the amount of steel that we need? Holy crap. That is a crazy amount of... Oh my goodness. Well, that's kind of a problem, huh? Do we have... Was there some more secret iron that we weren't actually using? I mean, other than the ones that we're obviously using? I'm just going to phrase this another way. We're using all of the iron except for those impures. Like even this is a Mark III, and it's only doing 240. So if we doubled two Mark IIIs, 480 is 960. That almost gets us what we need. Doesn't get us the coal we need though. What do we do about that? Steel beam and steel pipe. Do we have any magical recipes for those? No. I mean, we have pretty intense production going on, but not that intense. Not this intense. Pretty intense, but not this intense. We could. Okay, if we wanted to, maybe we have to. Maybe we have to do this. Because it does seem we need an extraordinary amount of steel for what we're proposing. We could like take all this power offline. So this is basically outputting 100 megawatts each. So we're getting like 800 megawatts, which is pretty good. But we could maybe do without it. Although, like, I don't know, how much, so we are making steel reinforced beams. I think of how much other steel we really care about. Okay, so if we were right here, say, in this neighborhood. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Is this power pole accidentally not hooked into? Huh. I think these two are not on the grid. Well, that's kind of funny. Well, so really, we'd only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 700. I guess 600 if both those are not on the grid. We down to 600 megawatt, which we could afford. It'd be like a little bit dicey, but we could afford that. And then we could use this coal. We could turn this whole jam into let's go see if this really feels. If this is pure coal, then maybe. It is pure. So even this minor Mark II is getting 240. So that would be 480. So we could get 960 just from this. But we went Mark III. We need how much? $600. We'd even have enough to run the coal plant, actually, which is pretty nuts. But the thing we are missing up here, I believe, is any more iron. That was copper. Iron. I'm aware there's a million iron deposits that way, but I don't want to use those. I want to use different ones. There are a lot over here. Are we really using all of them? We're using them all except for the impures. Okay, so maybe this was like a terrible idea because we could be using some of this iron over here for more steel production. But is it possible we could get all the iron we need from there? I think the answer is no. But just to think it through. 2 Mark IIIs that were 200% overclocked, I think actually could get it. I think they could produce enough iron to both make all the steel and make all this stuff. Because we've already made everything we're using our iron for except for steel. So, how did we manage to not use any copper? Oh, we did. There it is. So the AI limiter. That's fine. This is all its own business. That can happen kind of separately. Um, I kind of think we need to. So if we get this up to 960, I mean, we can get it up to this with enough overclocking. Starts to get worrisome about power, and then especially it gets worrisome about power down there. If we take all this offline and we instead turn this entire thing into a, like, this is crazy. Like 15 foundries, 10 constructors. But could this whole valley could turn into steel production. I think we do it. This valley goes all steel. We use this coal. I mean, it gets kind of weird because then we have sort of separately other coal going on, but I kind of like this being self-sufficient. Like trying to make the thing we're trying to make over here self-sufficiently. We don't need that much copper. Do we find more Caterium ore? I don't think so. Unless it's on top of here. Nothing? Oh, there is another one. Where is it? A third? Okay. Huh. That one's real close to the train station. I think I knew about that one. But, I mean, we don't need that much. Like, we're making plenty. We got so much flipping quick wire. Not that worried about it. Maybe I should be, but I'm not that worried about. Yeah, it's really the steel. A lot of steel to make this stuff. Okay, that's what we do next time. Maybe tomorrow? I don't know. I mean, maybe take a little break from Heat and Satisfactory. Both been taking a lot of time. Because to pull this off, I do think we're going to have to... Right? We're really going to try to pull this off? And lose 600 megawatts? Maybe that's okay. I feel like this is so much easier to manage and understand without the stupid Biofuel. Yeah. I think we do it. Two fully overclocked Mark IIIs over here. So many freaking smelters. I mean foundries, not smelters. Foundries. But seems doable. Kind of tempted to just do it. Kind of tempted to just do it. This is reckless. The thing I'm doing right now, reckless. Uh-oh, you still have power. The world didn't end. It did that. Don't do that. Wait, get rid of this tree. Open the style. Terrific. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh, we don't care about all this coal. Right, so we just try to build. Figure out what our center point is going to be. This one? Or this one? This one? I like this one. Let's build so many foundries. I mean, there's no way you can build these foundries, right? 16. We're out of rotors again. Walking. Anyway, you get the idea. There's going to be a lot of foundries. What do you do with this stupid rock? I don't see that rock there. I think we're just gonna ignore that rock, I guess. Oh, modular frames. I really want to build. Nine more of these, I think. We have a little surplus. And a lot of modular frames, a lot of rotors, a lot of concrete. Okay, let's go start buffering those frames, actually. We're wasting time. Come on! Ugh. Okay. What a waste. A horrendous waste. That's not right. Okay. Well, we did this. We built this new modular frame factory, so that's cool, I guess. Guess we could build another factory on top of it. Really wanted to. After we make all the steel down here, we bring the steel back up and make the, we only need 5. I think we just make those kind of in between these two. And then this whole thing. Getting the wire here is going to be a little annoying, but okay, it's fine. Seriously, we need to stop. We gotta stop. We built this factory. What an accomplishment. If only we could get to the top of this thing. Then, can we trick it? Can we like... Oh, I know how to trick it. Wait, can't we just do this? That feels like cheating, but we're gonna do it. Why haven't I been doing this the whole time? The purple slug. Okay. Well, we got a purple bug. We got a beautiful view of our new factory. We got a place to build a radio tower. Let's add the radio tower to the thing while we're at it. And add it to the things we want to build. Look at view up here. So I guess this is the edge of the world, right? Like, this is just set dressing. We can't really go over there. I think we can go. It does look like we can go over there, though. That's our other radio tower, so this seems like not a bad place for the radio tower, even though I think we have basically everything unlocked over here, so maybe it is actually a truly terrible place for the radio tower, but... Okay, so I want to try to, like, line this up, so as I'm coming down, really see the scope of what we'd accomplished today. You can see one thing is turned off inexplicably. It's beautiful. Look at it. Look at that. Okay. One of our factories isn't plugged in. And some of them are underserved somehow. So what's the problem? What are we not getting? Not getting enough iron rod. What? Oh shoot. Because there's just a random... Uh-oh, is that still happening somewhere? Are we still accidentally ending up with... Okay, few things. Thing number one, you have no power. Hopefully that takes care of that. Thing number two is it looks like we have jammed up... You want wire. Like, do we accidentally have the wrong thing in here? Yes. That sucks. I wish there was a better way to deal with this. So you can see, like, inside the thing, we have one wrong material, and it's really hard to just fix that. Probably the problem here. Still no? What now? It's still in there. Even after I deleted the... Hold on. Really? Ugh, there's just more of that mixed in. So where is that coming from? Is that still from early on? Like, is that from that initial early mistake? Is that still happening? That sucks. Okay, maybe that's okay now. These seem like they could still have more. Yep. Sucks. Not cool. Not cool. It's not cool. Was that another one? Did I turn my head for 1 second? That was another one in there? Yes. Is there one in there? Yes. Is there one in each of these? Still? How is this happening? It's still wait. Where is that coming from? Who is doing that? It's this. How did this happen? Shoot. So we were just accidentally getting... Oh, man. What can we do about that? Smart splitter? Bomber. That really sucks. That is like... It's baffling how hard it is to recover from that. Just gotta like watch for it and flush it out as it happens. Really unfortunate. I don't know. This is the best way to do this. I still see more coming. I got it. I can just try to grab him. How many more are there? We're good? And we might be good. That's annoying. Okay. What's your problem? You're just waiting for those to ramp back up? No, you're short of iron rods. Why would that be true? Because of the same stupid problem. How did we get iron rod on this? I mean, how did we get iron ingots on our iron rod conveyor belt? That's just an old issue? Do all of you have this? Wish they made it easier to grab the thing out. They make it actually almost impossible. Like, it's almost impossible to just grab the thing that's broken. Like you're like punished for mistakes. Not into it. Okay. How are we feeling here? Not all the way happy? Not do all of these? Or we just... It seems like these just aren't getting played. Which kind of makes sense. You know, they were extra. It's probably okay. Okay, we got all those. We're gonna build all those. And we'll have a new Steel Valley. It's a lot of work. And we still won't have batteries, which is a worry. I want to go check out one thing at home. We're very barely begun airport. It's looking a little silly. Like a day, 12-hour day of streaming. This is ridiculous, but okay. Seems like our stupid double drone strategy is doing its thing. Seems like we're short of something in one of these two factories, which is not good. That should never happen. Rubber. Short of rubber. We have a pretty intense oil pipeline for plastic and rubber production, but seems like to not happen. Wow. We're so short of rubber that we are... That's pretty surprising. Oh, it's because we turned these online, right? And now we're making... Well... Good news is we got some of these now. Still so few. Do we just pull these now while we can? I think I want to. Get while the getting's good. And then, I guess while we're at it, didn't we build this? Yeah, this weird thing? How are we doing over here? Well, we got 400, so we could do it. What are we going to throw in the trash? Brass. 200. Coal. 300, 400. Okay, well, we got to the particle enrichment tier, or whatever that's worth, which is not very much. And that was our last tier to unlock in the game so far, so congratulations to me. Can we get some more cool S's, or I got one of these? Okay. Okie dokie. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Incredible.
Milestone reached. The particle accelerator enables previously impossible processes, such as recycling nuclear waste and converting it into plutonium, as well as the generation of exotic matter. A new project part enables progress to the next phase.
This thing is kind of terrifying. The nuclear pasta, like, that seems like that is going to be such a thing. Copper powder. Well, that's easy. I think we can handle copper powder. The pressure conversion tube, I'm a little worried about. Wait, it's not that hard. It's just a heavy frame and a... That's not that hard. I thought this was going to be really hard. I thought it was going to require nuclear... I mean, we can make these and we can make these, so we can definitely do that. Am I missing something here? Yeah. Oh, wait. You have to use a particle accelerator. Okay. So, making a particle accelerator, well, also not that hard. Power usage is extremely high, unstable, and varies per recipe. Great. Okay, well, we can make this, but being able to power this may be the whole thing. We may have to have nuclear power generation just to be able to power this thing. And that's going to be a whole endeavor. Anyway, we did the thing, right? Let's save this again. Can I? Hidden Valley Ranch, Steel Valley Ranch. 108 hours. Good grief. How have I played so much of that game? Oh, that's too much streaming today. Okay, well, anyway, Kyle, Dracklin, thanks for stopping by. Anybody who's watching this in the future, I don't know what you're doing while you're watching this, but hey, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I feel like I have to do something other than stream tomorrow. I can't believe what an impressively unproductive day it was. Anyway, okay, goodbye, farewell.